Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I'm reviewing the Inateck BP1002B. Not the most attractive name, but it is a Bluetooth portable speaker. Now I had a look at the BP1001B a little while ago, and you can find my review of that in the description. And that speaker I gave an 8 out of 10. If you can hear any grunting, I should mention I've got a dog staying with us at the moment, and he's a bit of a noisy sleeper, and he's in my room at the moment. Apparently it's nice and warm in here. But anyway, yes, so I reviewed the BP1001B previously, and I gave that an 8 out of 10. So I assume this is the the next model up in the series, considering that it has a similar name. If I'm completely wrong with that, then fair enough. But I would assume I'd see some improvements from the previous model, better quality, no distortion and things like that. So anyway, there's the box, very small, so it's good from a form factor size. And once you open the box, this is the speaker, a kind of bullet-shaped Bluetooth device with, a little speaker bit there. You have controls on the back, which are still similar to the previous speakers that I've looked at, controlled via this switch here. Now the waterproof speaker, which you can also find linked in the description, that actually has its own separate buttons on, and I'm mentioning that because I actually really don't like this dial setup. I know it's convenient and it does have all the buttons in it, but I'm just not a fan personally. I've used a couple of the Inateck speakers, and yeah, for me I just don't like it. They work fine, but for me I just would prefer physical buttons. But yeah, anyway, as I said, there's loads of different reviews in the description of various Inateck Bluetooth speakers, and it's important you find the right one for you. However, from the off, I'm going to say that this really has improved from the BP1001B model. The 102B model, this one, it sounds a lot clearer. There's actually a bit more bass to it, which the last one, it tried to give you some bass, but to be honest, it was mainly just for sort of stereo sound. There wasn't really much oomph to it or power. This, however, does deliver some. It's still not going to blow your head off, and it's still not as good as the Inateck waterproof Bluetooth speaker that I mentioned before, but it has a good go at it. So I've shown you some of the buttons. As I said, there's the volume dial controls over here. You also have a microphone, so this can be used for conference calling, and the voice quality, it's not bad, it's actually okay. So you can be listening to music with your phone connected via Bluetooth or via a 3.5 analog plug-in, and if you get a call, you can answer it, and you can, you don't have to pick up the phone, you can just do it through this, and it's perfectly acceptable. It's fine. On the back we have the inputs for micro USB to charge the device, and obviously that 3.5 plug-in if you don't have Bluetooth, or perhaps you want to save your battery and things like that. Charging wise, it takes around about 3 hours to charge up, and depending on how often you use it and what level of volume you're producing with this and putting out, we've got around about 6 to 8 hours ish. Hard to tell, to be honest, because sometimes I just generally forgot. And I was just happily listening to this all day, playing some music through it. So it's actually quite good. The on-off button over here, and when you turn it on, you get a nice little jingle. That just lets you know it's on, and it plays another little jingle when you pair the device via Bluetooth, which I will do now with my Samsung Galaxy S4. So my Bluetooth's on, it should now connect, and we should find it. I'm connecting now, so it should make another sound. There we go, when it's all connected up. And then I'm free to play some music from it, which is what I'm going to do in a moment. Just going to turn that off for now though. And then again, plays another noise when it's disconnected. That's all you need to know. So I will just go through the controls on the switch that you have here to let you know all of them. So you have a skip, forwards and backwards. You to the left takes the volume down, to the right takes the volume up, and when you maximize it to the right and hold it down, it will actually play a beep once music's playing to let you know when it's reached its maximum volume output, so it won't go above that. And obviously in the center is play, pause and answer phone calls. So that's all the buttons you really need. And as I said, while I'm not necessarily a fan of this, I just don't like that sort of dial. It is convenient because it does keep everything in there, so I'm not going to mark it down. Just personally, I'm just not a fan. I actually prefer physical buttons, but it takes up a lot less space. It's all in one bit. That's actually a very clever design. Apart from that, Inateck logo, that is the speaker. So we're now going to see how this sounds playing some music out of it, and then I can wrap up and give it a score. Okay, so we're now ready to test the sound of it. I'm actually using the Analog 3.5 plugin to connect this up to my iPod, because my phone has just died during this review, so that's great. But this works fine through Bluetooth as well, so I'm actually using my iPod, and I'm playing a piece of royalty-free music called Land of the Wizard. Here we go. Okay, so I've now put it on maximum sound out from my iPod, and I'm now going to maximise the sound from this device so you can hear how loud it will go. So it was already pretty close to loud. Take it away a sec so you guys can hear me. But it makes those beepy noises when it gets to the maximum volume, and obviously to the other side we'll take the volume down. But I'm now going to maximise it, skip the music ahead to a dramatic bit, and you guys can, see what the audio sounds like. So there we have it. I'll just disconnect everything there. So I've just disconnected it, so it still makes a noise when you disconnect it from the Analog 3.5. So whether you've got it via Bluetooth or the Analog, still get noises when you connect it up, which is pretty good. I like that. So score-wise, what do I think of this? I'm actually going to turn it off. I think it's a really good speaker. It's a great improvement actually on the previous one, which actually felt cheaper as well. Now the odd thing is, this is cheaper than the BP1001B. The BP1002B, this one, costs £12.99p from the Amazon UK page, and you can find that link in the description as well. However, the previous one, the 101B, cost £15.99, and this is better quality. Quite frankly, it feels more solid. It doesn't feel as cheap plastic. Obviously, it is cheap. It's £12.99. It's, you're not expecting to be absolutely blown away with it, but it produces perfect sound. You could listen to a movie, probably out of an iPad. This would still boost an iPad's natural speakers fine. Boost my phone speakers fine. Even if you had a small little Ultrabook or something and you wanted a little bit of extra sound, you probably could boost it with this. Great for listening to audiobooks and things like that at night if you want to as well, or just while you're working throughout the day to play a little bit of extra music out of your phone. It's great, and also receiving those phone calls, very useful. So up from the BP1001B, which I gave an 8, this is getting a 9 out of 10, because I think it's pretty darn good, especially for the price. And yeah, I can't really, for me it's just a personal preference. I'm not a fan of the switch controls that. I would much prefer buttons any day, but it's a very clever design. It keeps everything simple and in one spot, and you don't have to reach around for various little buttons. So that's just me being kind of a bit, I like buttons. But yeah, apart from that, really good. So if you're looking for a good solid little speaker to do all your bits, that'll do it. That'll do it fine. As I said, battery life is pretty reasonable for it, charges up reasonably well. For what I found, you could charge it and use it at the same time, so provided you have a little USB port nearby, you can plug in, charge up and play at the same time. Although maybe I have a feeling it's one of those devices which, if you've got it plugged into charge and you're playing music from it, it won't actually charge, it will just power the device as such. But either way, you can still use it, which is great. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the BP1002B Bluetooth speaker from Inateck. A bit of a mouthful to say, but yeah, that's that portable speaker. Links are in the description. Please do go check them out. Until next time, guys, ciao for now.